Hi friends, it's so wonderful to see you all again. Today in writing we're going to be talking about poetry. I know after just watching the poetry introduction video, you have a little bit better of an idea of what poetry is, but I just want to take a moment to talk with you about seeing with poets' eyes and what do poets do. So, poets often find a really big topic that gives them a really big feeling. They write about their feelings. They also make close-in observations about really small details. They can find a small moment, detail, or object that holds a really big feeling to them. They also collect words that they love. They find poems in the ordinary. So this could be things like shapes or objects in school, things out in nature, when you're driving in the car, around your house, just anything out in ordinary life that you could use as inspiration, that you could see in a different way. And lastly, poets use their poet's eyes to see ordinary things in a new way. So what I mean by this is this poem here, Pencil Sharpener, by Zoe White. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, "I think there are 100 bees inside the pencil sharpener, and they buzz and buzz until my point is sharp." Wow, friends, when I read that poem, that really surprised me because I never thought of a pencil sharpener with having a billion bees in it. So, how did Zoe go and write a poem like this? Well, maybe she thought about what a pencil sharpener sounded like or what it did, and she probably thought, this reminds me of bees. So that's just something to think about when you're writing your poetry, something that you can go and pull from. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and try something. So I have an example of grass, and there's little pieces of grass there. And normally, to a scientist, normally to our eyes, if we went out and we saw grass, we would describe it as green, soft, smooth. It's probably pointy on the end, very thin blade of grass, sometimes they're even long. So those would be different ways that maybe we would describe it. Now to poets' eyes, they would see it in a whole new different way. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video for a moment. And how do you think that you would describe grass in a poet's eyes? Go ahead and pause. Great. Now let's go ahead and see what poets' notes we have and see if they compare to some of what you might have done. Oh, maybe it was like a ladder for ants or a cozy soft home for bugs. Maybe they're reaching towards up the sky. Ooh, they could even be chopstick for bugs. I can only imagine some of your great ideas. So those are different things that we're kind of thinking about and then taking those ideas and kind of putting them into poetry. Now you give it a try. All right, I want you guys to go ahead and find a bag, whether it's a Ziploc bag, a brown bag, a book bag, a grocery bag, and go ahead and collect a few objects, whether it's around the house, like a little car, a feather, a favorite toy, or something from outside, like a leaf or a shell or a rock. Go ahead and collect your bag of items, and then I want you to put on your poet's glasses and go ahead and to begin to examine your object in those new and unusual ways, and then write for me. Send in your fun and creative poem to the teachers. We would love to read them. Before I send you guys off, I want to give you one last reminder or something to think about. When you go and you start writing your poetry, I want you to think to yourself, as I read this writing, can I make a picture in my mind? Does this writing help me look at something in the world in a new way? And does this writing give me a certain feeling or make me think or question? All right? Go ahead and think through some of those things as you begin your writing. Happy writing, and don't forget to send it in.